Hi, this is Pastor Tom Rako, and I have with me two of our elders, Paul Nickel and Lazo Govrick. Dave Behrens is still dealing with a problematic knee, and we're just want to give you a little update. We are still looking at, Lord willing, Mother's Day, May 10th as being the first day, kind of depending on what the governor says and how things go. But we're excited about that, and Paul's going to share a little bit as we begin.
Yeah, I just have a verse to share. But I was thinking earlier and reading a devotion about when Jesus was in the boat with the disciples and the storm came up, and they woke him up and they were afraid for their lives. And he just said, "Peace, be still." And then he asked them, why do you have so little faith? And I think that can be applicable to this virus thing that we're going through too, and we're afraid to die, we're afraid of our loved ones dying. But you can read this in Luke 12, and it's also in Matthew 10, kind of the same story, but where it says in Matthew 10 verse 28, "Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Instead, fear the one who can destroy both the soul and body in hell." And so that's what we need to be worried about, is our salvation and the salvation of our loved ones. God's promised to take care of us, so we really don't need to fear, but we need to fear Him and look to Him, and because He's the one who determines our eternity. And we need to be sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ with all of our loved ones. Especially the more you're worried about them, the more they need to hear it. And if we all fear the Lord and have our salvation secure, we have nothing else to fear. And then he goes on to say, "Are not two sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from the will of the Father. And even the very hairs of your head are numbered. So do not be afraid. And you are worth more than many sparrows."
Amen.
As Paul was stating here, we do need to have great faith. And with that great faith, I think been looking up on comfort and how we need to how we're comforted by God. And I've got from the Living Bible, 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. But it's comfort here again, as we look at comfort, it's not necessarily the comfort of a lazy boy lounge chair that we have, but the comfort of peace of mind, encouragement, strength, and much more. And here again from 2 Corinthians 1:3-4, it says, from the Living Bible, what a wonderful God we have. He is the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the source of every mercy, and the one who so wonderfully comforts and strengthens us in our hardships and trials. And why does he do this? So that when others are troubled, needing our sympathy and encouragement, we can pass on to them this same help and comfort God has given us. As he comforts us in our time of trouble, so we comfort others. Keep in mind the words used by George Mueller, where faith begins, anxiety ends. For where anxiety begins, faith ends. Satan would love us to worry, especially at this particular time. Regardless of circumstances and events, we know our daily strength is in the Lord.
Amen. Now, I remember somebody said, worry is the devil's work.
Yes.
And we are prone to worry and to focus upon the negative. And I want to maybe just give you a little teaser or preview for Sunday. And the title of the messages that I'm going to preach is Contemplating the Positive and Being Content in the Negative. And in Philippians 4, we we're going through the book of Philippians prior to Easter, and we talked about battling worry, combating worry. And then Paul says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And then Paul goes on to say, he said, I have learned to be content in every situation. Now, I can't say that, but I think the Lord is teaching us contentment too, to be content. And we are having opportunities right now during this shutdown to grow in the Lord, to seek His face. I think we've been learning about one another in a better way, in some ways, learning about ourselves. There have been things going on in the church. We've been getting things. We have a camera. I know we had a little stuttering last week. I think we figured out what that was. We had another camera going. I did, and as a backup. But we're going to be wired. We have people watching from other states and being a part of our service on a regular basis. So there's good things happening. And God, I believe, when comes time for us to be able to be together, and then as time goes on, we'll make some adjustments. I think God has really great things. I think He is doing something in our society, in our individually, in our families. By faith, we're saying that, and we believe that. And so there's good things, but I think we need to be focusing upon the positive. And as Paul said, then he's learned to be content, that we're learning to be content. He didn't automatically, suddenly he's content, but learning. And, you know, as Paul talked about the sparrows, you know, when you see a sparrow, you think, oh, God takes care of that sparrow, and you are worth more than many sparrows. He's going to take care of you. And some of you, people that have gone through difficult things, as Laza was sharing, you have experienced comfort, and now you speak from experience and are able to comfort others with the comfort that you yourselves have been comforted with. And so we need to be doing that. And so, yeah. So Lord willing, we're going to still tentatively, we plan on Mother's Day. We decided actually last week that we will have a kind of an extended service. We won't have Sunday school that Sunday. We'll plan on it the next Sunday, Lord willing. We do have a radio broadcast, 7:30 to 8 o'clock on KARP 106.9 FM. And then at 11:30 to 12, the first live broadcast that's different than our streaming service. That's from 11:30 to 12 on KDUZ 1260 AM. And you can go to KDUZ.com, and you can actually download an app. You can listen anywhere in the country, and I think you'll enjoy the contemporary Christian music. I told my family, boy, that program that I host plays the best music because I get to pick it out. But you'll hear like Toby Mac and some of these others. Anything else you want to say as we close out here?
Nope. We just take it one day at a time, and God takes care of us.
Absolutely, and I think here again, just stay connected, call one another, check in with one another, and just see where you're at and where others are. We just and be creative in all these things, and I believe we are, and just look forward to what God can bring.
Amen. I appreciate these guys and all of our board and our church congregation, and so Lord bless.